Hi there, shipmates, and tonight we are in the Ark Royal, and we're taking it a couple of cars besides. I'm just going to do a video of the current gameplay situation with the Ark and what my opinion of what's going on with wargaming, and it's not good regards to the Ark Royal. The Ark Royal was, it still is one of my favourite aircraft carriers to use at Tier 5. It's a unique way of dropping bombs, cluster bombs, onto a target and just completely saturating it. Is very enjoyable to play. But unfortunately, they've taken the teeth away from now, because to try and get those bombs to set any fires or do damage is extremely difficult. I'm on average to get a good 100,000+ mats. I'm getting around about 90 to 8 bombs to 100 bombs plus to get that damage. Ridiculous. You shouldn't have to put that much effort in, and compared to the Furious, you've got doing your bomb damage is a lot more, and then the Ark Royal. People in the game complain about how aircraft carriers are overpowerful and blah 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 blah. They did when it comes to the Ark, which is totally, in my opinion, wrong. I never did find it overpowerful at all. I think it's just a question that at the time when the Ark came out, the aircraft carriers were in their infancy, and people just getting used to having aircraft carriers in the game. And the AA back then, probably when some ships wasn't that particularly good. Still isn't on some of the ships, especially on Nelson and Rodney. Definitely need to improve it on those ships. But what my point is getting to, the point is that how can you have a ship at Tier 5, which is a premium ship, and then a tech tree ship to outman it and gun it and do more damage? Let's show you a few stats of what I'm talking about here. This is your standard Dennis Boyd. There are many different commanders you can use, and I'll just go through this particular one and maybe a couple others. So there's Dennis the Menace. So we're using Alfuso. Appreciate a lot of people in there in the game not going to have Alfuso. Alright, why am I using him or her? As he has lane commander there, so it's +3, and I got it maxed out in there, so that's +3 to your chances of setting fires, which is good. So now we're using contact divinament, increase your torpedo speed, because these torpedoes on the Ark, well, you could literally walk past in that slow. Fantastic for going against Tier 5 American battle wagons, or extremely slow anyway, so you're not going to notice there. Contact is going to give a little bit more extra oomph to your torpedoes. You could swap one of these guys out, and I have done before now, and spec into your torps. Put Snacker on there. There's no way to play it, which I've done all my presets, but I've gone all in on the HC bombers, because that's the heart and soul of the Ark Royal, is to set those fires. That's what he's good at doing. So I've spec all into that. Obviously we've gone into burn baby burn, and then we've gone to fully packed. So I'm just going to do a quick comparison now between the Furious and the Ark. Let's get into it. Specs. Aircraft. You're not too worried about aircraft hit points. We've just been looking at the damage output. Okay. So bomb damage is increased with our sets that gone from 3,700 to 4,007. Sounds good, doesn't it? Keep watching, folks. It gets more interesting. Fire setting at 30%. Yeah. Torpedoes. Let's have a quick glance at what the old torps are doing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Torpedoes at 3,443 to 3,930. Yeah, there's your torpedo speed there. With space increase there. If you use a space fishy, it goes up a little bit. Probably get a bit more from that with space fishy on. Too. We haven't got using Space 50 on this commander, but you can use it. You might be that might get us around about 42, 43 knots, something like that reason. Right. Try and remember those figures a little bit, okay? So we're going to jump out of this carrier and go to the Furious. Okay, there she is. Same commanders, same build. And you can tell me that isn't ridiculous. Now we've gone to 4,750 to 5,273. That's over 1,000, approximately, more damage to what the Ark is doing. Over 33% chance. So that's 3% more with the same commanders. Please, can we have the teeth back in the Ark wheel? Not to do completely freaking stupidly like we used to back in the day, to make it over powerful, but at least try and get it on the same level as what the Tech Tree ships are. It's not much to ask, is it? Right, so torpedoes. That's going to 4,865. Reasonable. Mm-hmm. So that's that set up on there. Now we're going to do it open the German. We're also going to end at some point going to do a match with the German carrier. So we're going to give you 3 ideas of the 3 different carriers. Now the Warriors, excuse me for my pronunciations, I'm not German. I think it's called Weiser. Okay. I enjoy playing this aircraft carrier too, and the Germans for that matter. Very difficult to get used to the way they drop the bombs because they come at such a high angle and down in. So using Formidable for all the reasons mentioned there. You got all the different perks of bombs and AP bombs and whatever. And you're going for Tanaka for give you an increase on the torpedoes. So no fly zone. You can use doesn't matter. You can swap them out for either of those. One way ticket, increase the torpedo damage, so that marries it with this with Tanaka. Hidden threat and heavy concentrances. Oh god, it's going to put my teeth back in. More AP damage, more AP penetration, and corkscrew. So that's my builds. There are many different ways of doing it. You can, on the British ships, you can also use John Jericho. So I've done that before now for the aircraft carriers. So if you haven't got Dennis or the Alpha Formidable commander, but we could sit here for a long time and not get any action. So many different ways of putting your inspirations and still play the ship correctly. So without further ado, let's show you a couple of games in these 3 carriers, because we got some absolute belters coming up, and I think you're going to enjoy it, folks. Right, going out to the studio now into live gameplay. See you in a bit. Alrighty, so here we are back in the Ark and into live gameplay, and yes, you're going to see a great game in the Ark, and we'll showcase how good she is. I even know she's had her teeth knocked out of her with all the nerfs. So here we are. We with division. We got Dave Delivers from the good old USFA, and Sergeant McWilliams, and from the Emerald Isle of Ireland in the right fleet. So if you're interested in joining our fleet, and look us up at Captain J fleet. We are recruiting. We've got a few slots available. So if you're interested, give us a shout and we'll get you in. So here we go. And as you see, what I intend to do with the Ark, you're trying to get that radical down as close as possible and let the bombs go at the very last second Ideally, you want to try and wait till it goes into the red and then drop, because you get your bombs nice and close together. And unfortunately, that one we didn't have a very good drop, and it got intercepted by the enemy fighters. Yeah, that sometimes can happen. We're going to show this one, and then I'm going to do a game with the Furious, and you'll see the difference between the two carriers, how much harder you got to work for your money in the Ark compared to how to the Furious. So, I'm going to make another drop over here, and then we see these two ships over here. Trying to look for the one that's sailing on its own. The torpedoes you're just going to see are quite slow, but they're still effective against slow-moving American battleships, at least, because they obviously most of the ships at Tier 5 are sailing around about 19 knots at most. So now see the aircraft carrier, thinking, okay, we'll give him a bit of love as well. That's what I try to do as the aircraft carrier player, is whittle down the health of many different ships, just not focus on one. If I get a chance to focus on one, I will, but I just like to try and spread the love across the board. So now we're going to go to see the Emerald coming up. At the moment, we're down two ships. That's a very difficult one there, because he's just over the top of that island. See, this is what the inconsistency I'm talking about, because he only got two bombs off on target there, and he got a fire. So now we back onto the aircraft carriers. Let's see what we can do with this guy. And see the countdown on the right hand side there. You're going down to about 3 seconds we had left, so we could have left a bit longer, but boom, 17,000 damage. That's a fantastic result on that carrier. Unfortunately, ended up returning the aircraft, because obviously with this new thing they got going on with fuel limitations, you can only go out so far. Gotta love it. So it means then we can't do a return strike on him to finish him off. So we have to return the aircraft, go back again to take another flight of Shorefish. So now we're trying to pick out another target. We're up to 41,000 damage. This is not too shabby, but see what we can do on this one. Three bombs, and he just walked away and said, is that the best you can do? And our team's up against the wall at the moment, because we've lost 3 ships. Luckily, my 2 teammates are still in it to win it. Well, there's our first kill. We got 1 assisted. So we are after that crack on. So we eventually see how many we can get. We do eventually get 5 kills. Spoiler alert, but which is a rare thing to see in a carrier. Okay, I must admit, I didn't do all the damage per se to finish these guys off. I was sort of doing a mopping up exercise on some low health ships, but 5 kills is 5 kills. So going down on this guy here, and yeah, he gets taken away from us before we can finish him off. you see trying to adjust the autopilot there. That can sometimes troll you a bit because sometimes you plot a course, you see an enemy team coming in, and a lot of times it just sits there, or it will keep running the autopilot. Will put you into a course where you haven't planned to set it, and it runs straight in the front of the enemy team. So you got to try and keep an eye on that, as well as trying to do your drops with your aircraft, because you can soon find yourself in a real bad situation. And it looks like you're about to lose one of our guys. Not sure who that was. But now down to two of my division mates. Done myself and one over, so to say. So we are up against it at the moment because we're still down on caps. I'm trying to find the other enemy ships. It's one of my fleet teammates to my right, and he's getting focused by about 3 ships out here, so got to try and see what we can do. And that's the DeGrasse, I do believe. And he's going to be coming head on, so let's see what we can do on that one. Torpedoes away. Yes, and we do get it. That's our second one. With a cheeky kill, because but he had a dot of damage taken from the rest of our team, and this is going to be all of us, because there's 3 torpedoes in the side of this ship. And I have to make a quick dash to get some more aircraft again. And we lost all my division mates now have unfortunately gone down, so they ain't cheering on the back benches for us. So at the moment we've got 40 hits with the bombs and 10 torpedo hits, and now it's swinging. It's still 3v3. There's a Hyuga. A good drop on that. I think he's DC'd that far, so we're going to come back, swing around again and see if we can get him on fire. Oh, he is on fire. Okay, so see if we can aim a little bit further up the ship and get us fire on the front of the ship. Which we do. Now he's got multiple fires on board. That's what you want to try and do. It's not try and aim in the same area and get a fire in the same place. You want to try and get fires in different areas of the ship. So now we're going to go in for another run. It's because swing either way at the moment. So I'm going to come out to the left and then peel into the right and get his broadside with these torpedoes. As mentioned, they are extremely slow, so you got to try and catch ships while they are moving slowly, and this guy is just doing that because he went into reverse and is slamming it forward, so he's very vulnerable at this moment. He takes 2. Swing it around. We've just got enough fuel for another drop. This should kill him with these 3 torpedoes if he gets all these. Should do. And look over the shoulder, see what happens. They run in through. So 1, 2, 3, and no, it doesn't. No. Now that would have been the Independence or Japanese carrier with the yield of the torps. He would have gone down on that, definitely. So up to 85k damage, 3 kills, 2 ships remaining. And I don't know why I went to the right here, because I thought to myself, oh, okay, those guys have got it under control and they'll end up finishing him off. It's probably a mistake on my behalf, because I wanted to get this guy down because he's on Rasputin. Because he looked out full health. Well, not full health, but he had more health than the other guy. I thought he's in such a low health, he's going to go down shortly. So, well, okay, I'll give him a chance. They're not going to do it, so I'll do it myself. And boom, there goes another one. So that's put us up to 3. So now we've got to try and find the last 2. There he is to our front. So what I aim to do all the time with the Ark, I play, when you get within that 5 kilometre range of the ship, and then make you drop and trying to get that radical as closer together as you possibly can. And then yes, and then we got 2 torpedoes and got a high caliber on that one. So we might be able to swing round to get another drop before we run out of fuel again. Yes, we should be able to finish him off now. Kaboom, and there you go, that's the 4th. Now we've got to find the destroyer. And that's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So 103,000 damage, not the highest score in carry match in the world, I must admit that, but you can see we then at the moment, hang on, before we go and commentate on that, there he is. Now can we get him? Of course we can, we already know the outcome. Very low health, but a kill's a kill. So we're coming in, and our survey says, yes, kaboom, Kraken unleashed. Right, so there you go. That's how we get a Kraken in the Ark coil. And there we go. We got 103,000, 20 torpedo hits, 68 bombs, and high caliber. First on the team. Big shout out to Dave, who came in second, and my other teammate there, Sergeant Williams, came in 4th, I do believe. Right, that's that game. There we got coming into the Fast and the Furious. Okay, so this is going to showcase the Furious now. Now we're in a game with over Deputy Marcus, so Dave's not in this one. This is one we prepared earlier from another evening's gameplay. So now you're going to see the difference between the Ark and the Furious. You see the radicals when you come to aim on the bombs, it spreads a lot more. It doesn't come as close. So we see the Queen E. You see that how different the shape of the radical is. It's more oblong. It's longer. So it's a little bit more difficult to aim your bombs, but look at that. 8,000 damage on one run. Now we can, very rarely you'll see that on the Ark Royal now. Does sometimes happen, but it's, and there we go. He's lined them up beautiful. That's just where you want him. And another fire now, immediately up to 3 fires, up to 24,000 damage, and this is in the first couple of minutes. So this is what I'm trying to say. The difference between the two, it's totally wrong, because the Ark Royal should be capable of doing the same damage output. It is a premium carrier. To be outmatched by a carrier which is a tech tree. Come on, Wargaming, you got to do better. You really have. Give her teeth back. So these guys are shining at this channel, which makes my life a lot easier. Because as he's shining towards you, underneath you, it makes it very easy with the Furious to get those bombs onto target. Unfortunately, it didn't on that particular occasion. So we're going to swing it round, swing, and have another crack at him. It's making it very easy for me to drop bombs on him. Another good drop there, so you're getting shy of about up to 60k here. And we've done 9. No, hang on a minute, I've got to look at that. Yeah, my eyes are going in the 19 bombs for 58,000 damage. And we get an assist. So you don't have to work nowhere near as hard in a tech tree to get big numbers on the up on the scores on the board compared to the Ark, which is absolutely ludicrous. They need to address it, they really do. So kaboom! We get a torpedo in them there. Look, that puts up to 64k. And bear in mind, we've only been playing just around about. We've only been playing 5 minutes. And see, they slow the torpedoes are there, and he might be able to make contact with him if he turns. Are they? Yes, they do. And then down he goes. So we got 1 assist and we got 1 kill, so 1 each. And at the moment it's going to be 2 caps each as well for the team. There's Marcus to my right there, just flying over the top of him. So now we pick up these guys coming from the left hand side, because they've got 3 ships at the end. Looks like that left side's collapsed. So we're going to try and soften these guys up on this side. Furious is with bombs are very difficult to try and take down destroyers with the bombs, because obviously the radical is spread, and the bombs spread a lot more compared to the Ark Royal. But even so, no good drop there. Got 2 fires on that. Kaboom! 3 fires straight away. That's a massive, drop there. And there he is burning. That's what you want to try and do, is get those fires. That's where your bread and butter is in these carriers. Get those fires going. Yeah, you see that damage just rolling up there, because he's burning. Burn, 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 the ring of fire. So, going back round for another thing. Look at that damage just tallying up there. $97, $98, and you see this cruiser sending in there, thinking nothing better of it, because I'm coming back round and see the Colorado right here, and we got a river. Well, they give us a medal for it. No one for the cabinet. Oh, he's on extreme low health now. Can we get in there before we finish him off? Come on. And we get this sneaky cheeky kill. Looking good. Yes, we can. So, okay, and then we got 2. Fortunately, we couldn't go around to drop any more torpedoes off, so we've got to go back for another flight of aircraft. I do believe these are Barracuda aircraft. I might be wrong. I think it's the Ferry Barracuda. So Tennessee's out here. You see the destroyer to when we left. I'm going to focus on the Tennessee. As if Marcus don't get there before me, which he has a bad habit of doing sometimes. Right. The race is on. Can we get this guy before anybody else does? Oh! The answer is no, we don't. Extremely low health though. Got one more chance. No. Got an assist. Marcus gets it there. Well, 112,000 damage here, and we got. Yeah, how many bombs we got? I can't see. It's just going to change some of the page. We'll cut back to that in a minute. 35 bombs, right? With 3 torpedoes. Now, we had about 68 or 69 bombs in the arc foil, and for 103,000 damage, I think it was. So you can see there's a huge difference. That's double amount of bombs you put on a target to get the same amount of damage, or similar. We don't get the Kraken in this one. Nor do we get the highest score in a carrier, but it's just showcasing you guys the differences between the two. I think it's, personally speaking, it's wrong. I think the Ark Royal should be the creme de creme. That should be getting the high numbers, or equals, than the Tech Tree ship. It's having this difference between the two. It's just stupid. The whole idea of having a premium ship is to make it premium. Make it better than what a Tech Tree carrier would be. So we're coming in the last few minutes of this now, trying to find it. I mean, the game's pretty much won. We've got our team's done exceptionally well. We got 3 capstone there, 1. So now we've got to try and find their enemy carrier. And by this time, it's going to be pretty much game over. So I hope you guys enjoyed these carrier matches. It's they get a bit of a bad rep from some YouTubers, and don't like playing them and whatever. I'm just the opposite camp. I really enjoy playing the aircraft carriers. I think they're fun to play. Sometimes you can get some bad games, and sometimes you can get some good games like the last 2 we've had. So now we've got to try and find this guy now, and I think we're going to reach the maximum score points before we do manage to get a drop. We are looking for and running out of fuel. Fast, yeah, and it's going to be game over soon. I think we just managed to pick him up just as the game ending. See the shells going in from the ship down below, and there he is. There's also a fuel, yes, and that's the end of it, folks, of that one particular one. So what do we finish up with? We finish up 112,000, and we end up finishing comes first on the team, and Marcus comes down the bottom, so mid pack. Sorry, Marcus. So 112, 3 torpedoes, 35 bombs, and half as many hits to get the same results what he did in the Ark Royal. Points taken there. So hope you enjoyed that one. If you do, put a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.